Hi guys, this is Just Play FM with another experimental video on Football Manager 2015. This video is going to focus on a brand new striker who's joined Newcastle United called Aleksander Mitrović. Now many people will know this striker from sort of FIFA 15, even FIFA 14, and even some of the Football Managers from the last sort of 2-3 years. He's come into Newcastle with quite a tag, price tag, £13 million. So it's not cheap. He came from Anderlecht, where he scored 16 goals in 32 appearances. Before that, he was playing at Partizan, and he's a very young player, but he's also got great potential. And if I was playing him, I would definitely be playing him as a sort of target man. You can see with his aggression and strength, and the fact that he can, he's got a good jumping reach, and I'm sure that heading is going to improve. And if any of you saw him play in the Premier League in the last couple of weeks, you'll notice that he's actually settling in very well, and I think he's going to do really well for Newcastle. So that's why I decided to pick Mitrović, because I just want to see whether he can really, become a great like Alan Shearer, and give something that Newcastle fans can really talk about. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate the first season and see how he gets on. And this will be a 3-season project, and we'll see how he gets on. Let's roll on the next season. Okay guys, so it's the 1st of June 2015, and it's been 1 season since Aleksander Mitrović has joined the club. So let's see how he's got on. Right, well, not the best of starts. He seems to have only made sort of a handful of appearances, 8 appearances, coming on 7 times and scoring 5 goals. Let's see what he did in the league. So a little bit better. He's 13 appearances, 5 goals, 1 man of the match, and an average of 6.87. I can't say I'm too disappointed. He is only 20 years old. I don't expect him to sort of set the world alight just at the moment, but it is a little bit disappointing. Let's see how Newcastle got on. Let's see what they did in the competitions. Right, so they finished 10th mid-table. Pretty sort of decent sort of level there. I think that's sort of about right for Newcastle this sort of season. In the FA Cup, they got knocked out in the 3rd round by Derby County. That'd probably be a little bit of a disappointment. I'd have thought a little bit better there. And in the Capital One Cup, they got knocked out by Arsenal in the 3rd round, which is to be expected. Really, Arsenal are a good side. So really, there's not much in terms of Mitrovic's dominance there. You can see that they've sort of brought in a few players. I'm just trying to see if there are any strikers here, which they did purchase. No, he's a defender. Okay, so they bought this guy who again didn't play a lot. So I guess it's sort of a slow start, hopefully, to Mitrovic's career. He's listed for loan, so they do probably see him as a sort of maybe backup striker or a hot prospect. But let's hopefully next year he can sort of break into the team more and score some more goals. So let's see how he does in season 2. Okay, guys, it's the end of the 2nd season. Let's see how Mitrović has got on. I'm really interested to see how he's got on. Okay, wow. So yet again, only 5 appearances, 9 off the bench, and only 3 goals. So this is not what I expected. Let's see in the league. So he's made less starts than last year, only 8 appearances and only 1 goal, and a slightly worse average rating as well. Now, surely this can't just be him. Maybe Newcastle are suffering as well. Let's see how Newcastle have got on this season. Okay, wow. So they've been relegated. 19th place. Wow, that is a bit of a shock. I actually thought perhaps they'd probably start pushing on maybe to sort of Europa League, maybe sort of 7th or 8th. but it looks like they haven't got anywhere near that. It looks like they've had a terrible season. Let's just have a look and see. I mean, it looks like they've got Paul Clement in charge, so Steve McLaren's been sacked. Let's have a look and see how they've been playing. I mean, they had an odd patch in October, November. They seem to do well sort of New Year time, you know, getting a few wins, but towards the back end of the season, look, one win. I guess it just wasn't enough. Well, that's a big, that's a big shock. I didn't expect that from Newcastle. If we look at the other competitions in the FA Cup, they were knocked out in the 5th round by Bournemouth, who, funny enough, achieved an amazing 7th place. And in the Capital One Cup, they were knocked out in the 4th round by Sunderland. So again, you know, they're arch rivals. So I'm guessing that can't have been good for the Geordie fans. Let's see if they brought anybody in of significant value. Well, see, there you go, Sebastian Giovinco, who I guess pretty much took the place of Mitrović with his 35 appearances and 17 goals. So really, even with all those goals, still couldn't keep Newcastle up. Well, let's simulate one more season. Hopefully, Mitrović, you know, in the Championship, he might have a lot more chances, so he might be able to score more goals. So let's simulate one more season and see how he gets on. Right, guys, so it's the 1st of June 2017, and it's the 3rd and final year of our Mitrović project to see how he's got on. Wow, so not very good. Only 3 appearances, 7 off the bench, and only 4 goals. Very disappointing. Very disappointing. In fact, he's got exactly the same number of goal appearances to goals ratio than he did last season. He's only scored 1 more assist and a slightly lower average rating. Newcastle are in the Championship, so I would have expected him to score a lot more goals than he currently has. I mean, he still is listed for loan. It's a shame. It really is a shame. I did think he was going to really, you know, fire like he's, you know, I suppose predicted to do, you know, in the last few years. So let's have a look and see how Newcastle have actually got on in the Championship. Okay, so believe it or not, I have not actually loaded the Championship League, believe it or not. I didn't think they were going to go down, so that's a bit of a bad part by me, I'm afraid. But we can see in the FA Cup they got knocked out in the 4th round by Manchester United, and in the Capital One Cup they got knocked out in the 3rd round by Bristol City. That's a shame. I was deciding whether or not to do it, but we can see with the Sky Bet Championship they didn't win the league. Actually, Leeds ran the league, and Hull came 2nd, Swansea came 3rd, and by winning the playoffs. So, in actual fact, Newcastle didn't actually go up. So I wouldn't be surprised if Mitrović decides to sort of maybe move on. But that's been today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave it a like and please subscribe. And of course, if there are any other players that you would like to see in these experiments, please leave them down below in the comments. I'll see you for another video.